It says I am live. Okay. So hopefully you guys heard me. I'm going to wait a minute, and see if you guys come back this way. Sorry about that. This is what I'm saying. We were having technical difficulties um, tonight with this whole live streaming thing. And I just didn't really want to risk having a live guest on and then this doing this funkiness. So I apologize for the funk of the broadcast, but this is what I was concerned about with it going black and going out, which is what was happening as we were doing our trial run. It just wasn't working. So I don't know what it is, but we will figure it out when next week for sure. I'm pretty sure it's just, I don't know. I think it's an optimum issue more so than me, but it could be a computer issue. I'm not really sure. But sorry about that, guys, as usual. Listen, don't let me do anything technical, okay? That's what, don't do technical things with DeShawn because oh, the agita of the world. Let's see, if this is even connected. All right, let me see. So I'm hopefully you guys are, I'm going to click out of that for 1 second. Hopefully you guys realize I'm not on that thing and will come over to the dark side. Come on over to the dark side where I am. All right, well, that's not there anymore, so, okay. Hey, Solange. Hi again. See what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm saying, Solange? Do you see what I'm saying? The funk is what is happening here today. So that is, no, it's me. It has to be something in terms of the system, or it could be the optimum. We were having a lot of internet issues today. It was going down. We weren't connecting to the internet. I couldn't get any text messages. It was just kind of like all over the place. And I couldn't understand what the heck was going on. Texting my friends all day. And I'm like, hey, they're not answering me back. What happened? And it turned out that it was our system. Normally what will happen is my system will be the one jacked up. And then the boyfriend system would be the one that is fine. And he'll, I'll say to him, hey, I can't, da, 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 da. And then all of a sudden he'll say, I'm fine. My system's fine. But today his system went down as well. So we were just having these like weird technical difficulties trying to get the internet to work for us. So that's what's happening. Hey, Sylvia. You did already, Sylvia? Oh my God. They told me it was going to take like a month. Oh, that is so fantastic. Oh, that makes me so happy. Well, you got it because you were fabulous. So that's what I got to say about that, my darling. Oh, I'm full of joy. Ah, good. I'm glad. I'm so glad you got that. Was really fast. Wow, I'm so impressed with the mail. Okay, now. Okay, USPS. Okay, I'm not mad. Hello, KL. So, guys, again, I apologize profusely with the funk. This was supposed to be a Michael Key and DeShawn Hatcher conversation, but apparently it ain't happening. We will, like I said, we will definitely have it next week by hook or by crook, whether I am sitting here talking to you or somewhere else. But we're going to get this joint done because I'm getting agitated. Okay, getting really agitated. I want to get this over with. But we were. Oh, cool. I'm so glad, Sylvia. That makes me so happy. Thank you so much, darling. I'm happy you got it. That just, it's so funny, Sylvia. I was just talking about you to the boyfriend about your address and how I couldn't figure out how to write it out. I was like, how does this go? Wow, very interesting address. But yeah. So again, we were talking about, I'm even afraid to touch the computer. In fact, I feel like I should touch the computer. Okay, I'm going to type her name in one last time. I swear to God. Vanessa, Evelyn, or Evelyn, as you'd like to call it. And she's makeup artist extraordinaire, passed away today. And like I said, if you were to just look at her work, I'll give you a story real quick about why I marvel at her work. Um, oh my God. See, when Vanessa started, you know how I always say to you guys, well, I started before Google. Well, she started before not the well, I guess I want to say she started before the internet. She started before the internet. She's one of those makeup artists that was around before there were makeup brushes. So basically she had to go to the art store and do her work, chop them up and cut them up and do whatever and make shapes and sizes. And she was of that era. Okay. Um, and so she was able to create these flawless, when I tell you flawless finishes, she was able to create all these flawless finishes with very non-traditional things that we have today, like the beauty blender and sometimes sponges. I'm not even sure what kind of sponges she used back then because they didn't have what we have today, makeup sponges. They didn't have all that. So what did she use? And there was she did one demo. If you go on YouTube, type in Vanessa Evelyn, makeup artist Vanessa Evelyn, and you will see her demonstrating some of her techniques. And one of the techniques is because she did not have what we have today, she would take a paint roller and literal paint, where you paint the wall, she would take a paint roller and roll on people's faces with makeup. And it would create this flawless finish. And she still did it to this day. She never stopped doing what she did years ago. And so this is what I'm saying. Like, I want you guys to really, she's gone now and it's a shame. And it's really heartbreaking to know that she's gone. And a lot of you guys didn't even get to know her. But if you please go and type in Vanessa. She has a couple of videos on here. They're very short videos, but it gives you a context of the type of makeup artist that she really was. Just flawless. And the thing about Vanessa that people kept telling me, she would wind up on, well, I would wind up on sets after she left. So she's a legend, all right? So I would sit there and somebody would say, "Oh, do you know who was here yesterday?" And I'm like, "Who?" And they would say, "Vanessa Evelyn." I was like, "Oh, tell me what she did," because it was like this trade secret. Like, how did she do what she does, And they would tell me the most amazing stories about how she would apply makeup. One of the photographers had told me that this girl, a model, had walked in and her mouth was all jacked up from something. I don't know if it was a cold sore or something, but it was all kind of like, wah, wah, wah. Vanessa came in, like I said, she's an artist. So she came in with some type of spatula or something. And and the way the photographer is also like a makeup artist enthusiast. So she understands a lot of stuff that she's seeing. And she took this red lipstick and she told me that she spatulaed on the red lipstick around her mouth until it was flawless, until everything went away. And when I saw the pictures unretouched, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And then the photographer had to zoom in so I could see the lip that was kind of jacked up, but you really couldn't see it because she went over it and plastered over the lip and made it just disappear. I was like, and the thing about Vanessa was she would create these flawless faces, flawless. And like, I say I'm fast, and I am. Vanessa was done in like 15, 20 minutes. But she would be done 15, 20 minutes with the most intricate makeup, not some easy stuff, intricate makeup. She would come in and blow people out the water. She was amazing. She just was. It is a shame that we lost someone so amazing. I know this is going to sound, I don't know what it's going to sound like, but I'm going to say it anyway. I mean, as much as I revere, and I still do, and will always, Pat McGrath, I just always revere Pat McGrath because of what she has done and so on and so forth. Vanessa, to me, surpassed her in artistry. She just surpassed her. And this is what I'm saying. This is the kind of woman she was. And then not because I'm not pitting them against each other because they happen to be both Black women from London, but it's just the fact that Pat McGrath is way up here, and Vanessa unfortunately never made it up to that degree. And it's just such a shame that she just her career. It's so weird. She's been in the game. Oh God, 40 years, maybe longer, and her career was just about to take off right now. And it's such a shame. It's such a shame that that had to happen. Okay, hold up. It is such a shame. Let's see. You know what's a shame is that we have an asshole on here who is interrupting me give someone who is amazing a beautiful send off on the day of her death. And this person wants to be an asshole. So there you go. Like, I just don't even understand it. I don't even understand it. I know there's all types of people. Oh God, but I don't understand it. Hold up. There's so many things to do on here. Yeah, okay. There's so many things to do on here. So I just wanted to, like I said, we were supposed to have a Michael Key situation, but that didn't happen. So those bath sponges are fluffy and you can apply foundation with that. Maybe, listen, I don't know what she did. I don't know what she did back in the day when we didn't have all this stuff. And also on top of it, she was a phenomenal teacher. She was the type of person who was way above beyond the curve of this eyebrow thing we got going on here with this all this. She did that 20 years ago. She would teach people. It's a shame you guys missed her, because she would teach people how to do that and how to do it naturally, and it would be like amazing. She'd take people who had no eyebrows and then do what you see today. So she was just amazing. She was just amazing. And I think it's a big loss for our industry. It's a big loss. I really would love for you guys to seriously just take a look at her online, and just take a look at it. It was just, I don't know. It's sad, but I mean, I got to know her personally in the last couple of years, and that was a joy for me because I felt very honored to know her and her know me, and we share some very private conversations, I guess, is the way you want to put it. But I think this is very public, so I'm going to share it. I know that she was here, in New York for a long time, and she was not very happy about being here, and she wanted to go home, and she wanted to go back to London, and she did. And she also, again, I'm not telling anything that's not public knowledge for many people, but she didn't have like a family per se around her, especially here. She's from London, so they're not here, and she felt very lonely here, and a lot of things. She just wasn't a happy person here. And then she got to London, and she discovered her family. She found her father, she found her sister, and this woman who had this very heavy darkness to her. She metamorphosized into this beautiful, smiling, laughing, loving person whose sister, those two became inseparable, and her life just got so much better when she moved to London. So, I mean, it's sad she's gone, but I feel like she left with so much love around her. It's hard for me to like be sad. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just kind of wanted to let you guys know that one, Michael's not going to be on here this time, but that she has passed, and please go check her out and check out all the amazing things she's done. And she has a beautiful website, by the way. She just did that website. She just did it, because that's a website that's now, I believe, just like a year or two old. She had another website, but she built a whole new website. She had a lot of stuff, unfortunately. She had a lot of stuff happening for her big deal contracts were coming her way. She got profiled by Oprah. I believe it was a story about her and her sister. They got profiled by Oprah, I believe, for O Magazine. I believe she had just so much stuff happening at this late stage in her life. And, some of it happened, some of it didn't, some of it was on its way. It's just something that just, I don't know. I want to be upset because she's gone, but I don't want to be upset because I know that when she went to London, she found love. She found love in her sister. She found love in her father. She found a whole new appreciation for life, I guess. And since our private conversations, I can tell that she knew she was sickly, and she knew she died of cancer. So she knew she was sickly. She knew she was dying in her own way. She fought it. Boy, she fought that. Man, I don't know if I have that strength to be fighting stuff. She fought that joint hard. Okay, hard. So she tried. She tried to be here for us. She tried to be here for herself. She tried to be here. And it just didn't happen for her. But again, I just feel like not that she's in a better place. It's just that she went fighting. She went with love. She went what looked like a beautiful smile on her face. She went. You know what I'm saying? And so, I don't know. Yeah, Arati, this is a rough one for me. I recently established a friendship with her. She was so helpful to me. We had a lot of things in common, some good, some not so good. I am deeply saddened by this. I know, right? Yeah, I mean, uh, yeah. And again, this is no secret. I'm not telling her business, but Vanessa had a way of being kind of, and she said it. If you followed her on Instagram, excuse me, if you followed her on Instagram, she had some type of I don't know what the right word is, a meltdown. I'm going to say meltdown. It wasn't a meltdown. It was sometimes Black folks say truth telling, like a truth telling moment where she just I think at that point she had felt like she was going to die at that point. And she had said it, I don't know if I'm going to wake up in the morning, I don't know what's going to happen. And she started to discuss her life and the regrets that she had in her life. And I don't know if that's still on there. I don't know if that was an Instagram live. I'm not sure what that was. And she just started to explain she could be sometimes cold to people. She could be a little standoffish to people. Some people may read it as mean spirited, sometimes little things like that. And then she kind of just went on Instagram and she just poured her heart out on Instagram. And she started to explain to people why she was the way she was. And it was all based on insecurity, and it was all based on a lot of things, and how not to be like her. She didn't want us to be like her in terms of bitterness or anything like that. She was using her time left on this earth to try to get the people to understand that there's more things to this world than being bitter and angry or nasty or insecure. She was trying to get us to live through her. And I don't know. I don't know. She did fight, didn't she? All right, she really did. She fought. I mean, the last time I had, again, everything I've seen of hers, we corresponded all the time through Instagram, and we always corresponded in the middle of the night because I'm always up. So I'm always up in the middle of the night, and then it's daytime in London, so we would talk all the time. And the last thing she showed, everything's documented on Instagram, not unless Instagram live disappears, I believe. I'm not sure. But she had just had like a huge major surgery trying to fight this cancer. And she fought, man. I've never seen anybody fight like this. I think I would have given up by now. I'm tired. I don't know, but she fought. She wanted to stay here. I know she did. She tried. So you got to give the woman some credit. She tried. I don't know if I tried hard, but she tried. CR, by the way, thank you, honey. I see you. And Marilyn, I remember her saying Periscope. She was oh yeah, she was a model as well. This woman has had a life. She just had a life that was just so beautiful. She gave up her Brooklyn studio. She didn't give it up. She not like she got evicted, but as in Brooklyn, as in gentrification, as in bullshit, she got pushed out of her apartment. She didn't give it up. She didn't want to give it up. It was gentrified out of her. That's what it was. It was just like, as Brooklyn is now, a mess. She could not hold on to her apartment anymore. She didn't give it up. Believe you me. Nobody in Brooklyn gives up anything. We we gentrified our asses out. We just can't afford it. Can't afford us to stay there anymore. That's Brooklyn for you. Hey, Lori. I'm sorry. I'm going back to make sure I didn't miss anybody. So if you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer anything. We're not going to stay on for 5,000 hours tonight, but I just really just wanted to tell you, Michael ain't here, and we are experiencing technical difficulties tonight. So please forgive me, and we will be back next week with Michael for sure on Wednesday, for sure. By, as Sylvia, as I say, by hook or by crook. So we will have him here one way or the other. And but if you guys have any questions, you can ask me. I don't mind. But I just, again, please look Vanessa up. Please check out her work. Hey, House of Marty. Hey, DeShawn. Yeah, just please look her up. It's just what she does is amazing. What she does, and I'm gonna say what she does because she's here. She's here. CR, you were rewatching my crazy video from Sunday. Well, thank you for rewatching that crazy video. I appreciate that. Just to make sure I didn't miss anybody. But thank you guys for tuning in. I know this was like one of those is for the people who were not here on Sunday, who did not know I was coming on Wednesday. Please always make sure that these notifications are on, because y'all, I might pop up and be talking to myself in the middle of the night. You never know. You never know. So you need to turn on those notifications. Michael Key from Mr. IMAT's Mr. Makeup Artist Magazine. That is the Michael I'm talking about, Michael Key. If this works out well, then I'll have more guests on. But right now, since this glitches are happening, we can only do what we can do. So yeah, I hope to have more people on for you. You know what I mean? I would like to do that. I really would like to do that. That's something that I always wanted to do, is have like a nice, cool interviewing session for you guys, and then introduce you guys to some really cool people. Alrighty, she was just she was a well of creativity. She really was very rare and original. You're right. She was very rare and original. And you are 100% right. She was totally ahead of her time. I mean, to me, the whole eyebrow thing is hers. That's how I look at it, because she would do this thing. She was a threader. She knew how to oh, honey. She knew how to thread. She knew how to do all this stuff. She was amazing. And she would sit up there and thread people's eyebrows and then just do what we do today, but even better. You know what I'm saying? She knew what she was doing. Oh, God, she was amazing. She was amazing. She was amazing. This is a big loss for our community. If you don't know who she is, that's okay. When you start to look her up, you're going to be sad that you didn't know who she was. For sure. For sure. You're going to be sad that, damn, I can't believe I just missed this amazing person. And I have to tell you, though I will not divulge what we talked about at dinner, I only had one dinner with her because my student turned photographer, turned friend, turned pain in my ass, Mr. Darrell Morgan. And yeah, I'm talking about you, Darrell. I love him to death, but we're sparring. So my assistant / photographer / friend, Mr. Darrell Morgan, befriended Vanessa. And I was teaching my class, and I was doing a class at Makeup Forever. Was it Increase Your Speed? What the heck was it? Oh, it was my Woman of Color class. I was like, what was it? So I was teaching my Woman of Color class. And Darrell had said that he was in contact with Vanessa Evelyn. And I was just like, what? how you get that? You know, and I'm like, what? And he was like, she might come by. I said, come back where? Come by who? She's come back here. Come back here for what? I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And he was like, nah, seriously, she's gonna come by. And I was like, okay. And sure enough, she came up the steps and I was like, holy shit, that's Vanessa Evelyn. It was just like, oh, but she's very she didn't want me to introduce her. She really, because I was like, everybody. I was like, everybody, guess who's here? And she was like, no, dear, no, 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 no. And I was like, but you're, and she was like, no, 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 no. It was so funny. And then she comes up and then she sees my class and it's typical teachers, because all teachers do this. I think this is what we all do. If I'm at somebody else's class, I try to help out. She's at my class, she's trying to help out. She was so lovely. And then who am I to say, don't help me? Shit. I will be happy to see what she does. And um and she was enamored with a model of mine that I had, and she helped my student with one of my students with a look, like with an editorial look, because she's queen of editorial. And just I was like, listen, it's Vanessa. She gets to do what she wants. And I literally sat back in awe. And I was dying inside, outside. I learned things that I didn't know. And I've been in 100 editorials. I learned so much from her teaching, just helping. She just was like, oh, let me help you. And I was like, okay. And just watching her was like a lesson. Like your brain, I'm telling you guys, your brain would have snapped. Like even like, damn. Like she just, the way she paints, the way she, I can't. So you know what I'll do? Darrell just sent me the picture of all of us at my class. So I'll post that picture for you guys. I'll post it up when I'm done. Yeah, I'll post it up on the fuck is that thing called? The community board. I'll post it up so you guys can see. But that was from my class. But from that class, we all went to dinner that night, and we all sat down and we just had such a good time. I just had such a good time. And that's when she told us a lot of really amazing stories about Fashion Week and France, and her knowing all these amazing legendary artists. And it was just one of those types of dinners that you go, am I really sitting here? What the hell? How did this happen? So it's like one of those magical nights. It was very, very magical. And it was so lovely to get to know her in that manner. It was just lovely. We were all sitting around talking and having a good time. I thoroughly enjoyed that. Never forgot that dinner. It was nice because the very first time I had met Vanessa was just under a different circumstance altogether. I was at the makeup show. I was just telling my boyfriend this story. I was at the makeup show. I believe I was working at Face Atelier. If you guys don't know, I used to rep for Face Atelier. I used to do their classes sometimes at the makeup show. I used to do when we stand up on the thing and we do demos, that's called platform work. So I was doing platform work explaining the magicalness of Face Atelier. And so I'm at the Face Atelier booth and I see Vanessa from afar and I'm like, oh shit, that's Vanessa Evelyn. And I'm like, oh my God. And then I see her and she's, first of all, Vanessa is impeccable, okay? Because that's the model in her. She's impeccable. So she kind of looks, I was telling my boyfriend that her clothes reminded me of, this is very old school people, but she reminded me of Mahogany from Diana Ross and Mahogany in the scene where she was buying, we just were talking about him, the black guy, a jacket. Anyway, she looked amazing. She looked like money. Okay. So she walks over to me. She just she felt like she was just gliding over to me. And then she was coming over to the booth and I was like, what's happening? So I said, well, maybe she really likes Face Atelier. She's coming over to get, whatever. Okay, cool. And she goes, are you DeShawn? And I was like, yes. I was like, yes. And she was like, oh, I have always wanted to say hello. And I was like, you did? I was like, oh, I was like, what multiverse am I in? And then she kind of like did the queen thing. You know how the queen doesn't shake your hand, but she kind of does this thing. And she goes, oh, it's so nice to meet you, like that. And then she kind of like shook my hand, and then she just was gone. She was gone. And I just said, what the just happened? What was that? And I felt like I had just met the queen. I felt like the queen had just came and she said something to me and she just left. I was like, that was the greatest thing that had happened to me the whole year. Was that Vanessa Evelyn came over to the booth just to say hello. I died. I died. I died. Her perspective was very deep and very high art. Yes, she was very intelligent, and I often enjoyed her more controversial points of view. Yes, she was very controversial. I always adored her jewelry. Yes, especially the pieces she picked on her travels to Africa. She always had like big, thick. Oh my God, it was just gorgeous. Hey, Vegas Voss. I just got here. I wish my phone would have told me you went live. You have to turn on the little bell notification so you guys can, so you know whenever anybody comes up on these channels, you will get a notification. It'll ring, DeShawn is up or whatever, and then you'll know I'm on. Yeah. She was amazing. I really, really wish you guys would just check it out, check her out. I think it's a loss, like I said, for us. But I think there's so much for you guys to gain. And the stuff that you get to gain is when you look at the body of her work. I want you to look at it. I want you to devour it. I want you to dissect it. I want you to use her as a studying guide. I want you to look at it. I want you to tell me what it feels like when you look at her work. That's what I want. It does something. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. And to know that she created a lot of those things in like no time flat. No time flat. That's the thing that gets me. It's like I'm very creative. I ain't that fast. I got to think about my shit. I can't like, she busted out within a matter of several minutes. You have to know that about her. So her creativity was something, but her ability to execute was just on a whole nother level. A whole nother level. This woman was wicked. She was wicked. She was wicked. Oh my God. So please go check out Vanessa Evelyn. It is imperative that you know great artists, whether they're here or not. It's just something you have to check out. So I think I typed it last time, but I'll do it again. Oh God, diggy dag it. I'm afraid to touch anything because I think it's gonna go off again. Please don't go off again. I'm not in the mood. Vanessa Evelyn. Tori, hi Tori. Thank you for jumping on, honey. If you guys have any questions, it doesn't have to be about Vanessa. I just wanted to share the information with you tonight. I wanted to say a big bon voyage to her amongst all you beautiful people. Yes, Vanessa Evelyn. I believe if you type in makeup artist Vanessa Evelyn, I say Evelyn, you will see, you should see a brand new website up there. And then just type, and then go on, like I said, please go on YouTube and check out her videos. I can't. And she's very artsy fartsy. So she's very like French with her stuff. It's very like, very, very dramatic. Yeah, Inside Out. I was supposed to have Michael Keys on here. That's what the deal was supposed to be. But since I'm having the technical difficulties today, I said, let's not chance this because that means he'll go out and child, who has time for that? So Michael has graciously agreed to redo this next Wednesday. So we're going to have a really good show for you next Wednesday. I promise. Thank you, Inside Out. Hey, Ania. Hi, sweetheart. So yeah, so if you guys have any questions, ask me now. Ask me now. Of course, I don't have anything over here. I had to get rid of a jackass, but now everything's back to normal. That's the problem with like doing these live things. You get trolls, you get assholes. It's just very annoying. Hey Tori, can I ask you a question? This is a personal question, but you already posted it on another live. Did you ever um did you ever get your internship with the twins, with Denise and Janice? I would like to know that. Has anybody seen the Tyler Perry movie? Do you want to talk about that? Hmm. First of all, I enjoy the Tyler Perry movie. Oddly enough, I'm not a really big Tyler Perry fan, but I have to say I did enjoy the movie. But the man don't want to pay attention to nothing. His attention to detail is just god awful. Sorry, my chair is slipping out from underneath me. Yeah, his attention to detail is god awful. I mean, if you guys seriously, I mean, I hate to be like, check out the movie just to see the bad work, but I can't. You can't even blame the. You can't. I can't blame the hairstyles. I can't. As much as I want to say it's all their fault, it's not. It's not. I wish I could have started watching this during. Hey, Leah. Yeah, I mean, listen. It's. I've only. Well, I was on before, but then we got rudely interrupted when my screen went black. That's what happened. Ah, crap. What's the name of the movie? I believe it's called Fall from Grace. I believe it's Fall from Grace, like falling, fall from grace. CR, right? The attention to detail. What the? Just makes you want to curse, right? What the fuck? You know, and it's a shame because it was actually pretty decent. I'm not going to give away any plots, so I don't do that. I'm not a plot giver or awayer. But oh my God, people, what I will tell you is I have never seen so many bad wigs in my life. I mean, bad, like bad. All you have to do is type in like search engine Tyler Perry wigs. I swear to God, it'll come up. I showed it to the boyfriend because he hasn't seen the movie. And I showed it to him and I said, check this. I said, it's so bad. All you have to do is type in Tyler Perry wigs and it will come up. I mean, we're talking, at first I thought the movie was a period piece because it was so 80s and so retro. I was like, well, what year are we in? And I was so confused. And it's a shame because it's a good movie. I wonder what his budget for hair and makeup is. I do too. CRI do too. 10 cents, 10 cents. He said, listen, you know what he said? He said, this is what he said. He said, I don't have a budget. In fact, I'm not going to give you any money. But I found these wigs off the side of the road, and I think you should use these. That's what he said. And he said, I don't have any supplies for you, so you're going to have to figure out how to glue these to people's heads no matter what. That's what he did. That's what happened. He has no budget. You just when you see, okay, so I'm a full disclosure girl. I have a big mouth, but it doesn't matter because he took it down. So I wrote to him on Instagram because I don't know, he popped up on Instagram and I just was like, I just felt, I watched the movie and I actually enjoyed it in spite of everything. I really actually did enjoy the movie. But I said to myself, God, if I was the makeup or hair person in this movie, I don't think I could use the clips because there was always something wrong. You know what I mean? And so I said, sir, with all due respect, you know what? DeShawn can't keep her opinion to herself sometimes. It's not a good thing. And so I said, sir, with all due respect, I said, in spite of all the funkiness that happened, I did enjoy your movie, but man, it's kind of like doing a disservice to the people who are working for you because they can't use it. I mean, how do I use this? How do I use this film to my advantage to get better jobs? Is the question. It's the reason why we do films is the reason why we work is so we can then progress in our careers and so on and so forth. And you can't progress when the work is that bad. And again, I'm not blaming the hair nor makeup department or costumes. I'm not blaming any of them because there's something funky with every movie he does. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say it's their fault. And I'm never going to say it's their fault. But I'm just like, what happened with the budget? And then I saw a quote that he had online. I think that's what it was. I think it was the quote that kind of irritated me. He said something to the, again, this is a quote, and it could have been taken out of context as well, but it was a quote and I read it. And he said something like, well, they were talking about hair, and he was just like, well, the hair is supposed to be done right when it gets to set. And if it's not done right, it's not his problem. Basically, is how it went. And I was like, what the fuck? What? Because he shoots everything in 5 days. He's been running around promoting this movie and saying, I shoot everything in 5 days. Isn't that great? It's like, no, it's not great. If the end result is crappy, no, it's not great. Why don't you shoot the movie in 10 days? And then in 10 days, you could actually pay attention to detail. But he doesn't have the detail eye. Even his wig, and he had a wig on his head and I don't know if that was supposed to be a beard or not. I couldn't tell what it was, but it was funky. And it just was connecting here. It just looked bad. But he probably won't sit still in the chair. He probably won't let them put it on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't blame the hair and makeup department for it. But basically what I'm saying is, so they work 5 days on this film. Normally when you're doing a movie, it may be 5 day shoot day for you, but for your team, it's still more days. Like the hair people got to run out and do what they got to do. It's more days for a lot of people. So I don't know, child. That shit was a mess. It was a mess. He shot the movie in 5 days, but he should have took another week to reshoot some scenes. I agree, CR. I did enjoy it, but how can he get on a level of an Oscar or award receiving level? That's my whole point. How you gonna get on? You don't have a right to complain that Oscar's so white and such when you are putting out crap. You can't do that. You can't get upset. People talking about, oh, he should have gotten an Oscar nomination. Oscar nomination for what? For what? Bad wigs? What? Please, please don't get me started. I watched it last night. I was surprised on the hair and makeup. I was surprised on the hair and the makeup. Wow, you're right. No budget. It's not. It's just. It felt very student film, and I've worked on many student films over the years when I was in film, and I got to tell you, I worked on a lot of student films. The hair and makeup was on point because they would say, DeShawn, her hair is kind of out of place. Can you fix that? Boom. That's what they would do. You know what I mean? Oh, hey, DeShawn, she's kind of shiny. Can you fix that? Sure, of course I can. Boom. But I just don't think he does that. I think he just runs through it, and it just, as a hair and makeup person who used to do films and who does television, such as when you see mistakes on the screen, you just want to die. You want to cringe. It's not even the hair and makeup. They busted. There was a scene in restaurant. Okay, I'm sorry. There's a scene in the restaurant. Wait. Oh God, help me, Jesus. So there's background people, right? So like this right here is people. I'm the star. Okay. So the people back there, and the guy here, I have a spoon right here. I have my coffee. So the guy has food on his plate, right? The extra. So he's food on his plate, and he's doing it. Well, you can't see, but he's doing it. Right? There's no food on his fork because it seemed as if Tyler said, "Don't eat the food because we need the." We need that for the scene. So basically what happened was people noticed that dude was not eating food. So what do you think they did? They probably filmed it with their phone, and then they put it up, edited it, and then zoomed into the man with nothing on his nothing on his thing. It was like this. Oh my God. I can't. I want to be so proud of him. I really want to be proud of Mr. Tyler Perry. I want to be so proud. I want to say, you go, Tyler Perry, you do it, boy. It might not be my cup of tea. Your sense of humor may not always get to me, But if you can build an empire, you go right ahead. But boy, oh boy, your stuff, that movie, and it could have been a good movie. Oh, child. Oh, what did Sean say? I can't with Mr. Perry. I can't with Mr. Perry either, child. I can't. And the judge has his script in his hand. And the judge panel, oh, Lord. I'm telling you, it's bad. It's good, but you know what's so sad is it's actually very good. I have to say, it's very good. He just needs help, but he refuses help. I was watching The View the other, I think it was last week now. He was on The View, and of course, I did it in 5 days. He was talking about how fast he did it, and they were talking about, well, why don't you get help? And he says, well, I had writers. And, I did hire people to write. And then he said something like, I'm paraphrasing. Then he said something like, well, they write, but then I don't like it, or I got to change. I'm paraphrasing right now. I don't like it, or I have to change it. So that means we have to go back into the room and then we have to rewrite it. And he was like, well, what am I paying for? Why would I be paying for something like that when I could do it myself? And it's like, see, dude, you need help. You need writing help, because writing help would scratch out some of Tyler Perry's movies are good, but they can go on and on and on, and they can become very repetitive, and they're long. And so you could cut out a half an hour and still have a good movie. So it's like things like that. And he said, why should I pay for it? Why should I pay to have them? I'm like, oh my God, child. Please go watch the movie. It's a good movie. I keep saying that. It's a good movie in spite of everything that's wrong with it. I actually sat back and was like, that really wasn't bad. But the errors are so distracting. There's one scene, I'm not giving anything away. There's one scene where the woman is being not interrogated. There's one scene where I'm trying to make sure I don't give anything away. Yeah. So there's one scene where the woman is arrested, because we all know she's arrested for killing her husband. So there's a scene where they're in the interrogation room and she's with her lawyer, and they literally will show you back and forth the conversations, the cuts, right? So they're cutting. So 1 minute her hair is this big, the next minute her hair is this big, the next minute her hair is this big, the next minute her hair is this big. And it was like, what happened? Like, he doesn't care. He doesn't pay attention to detail. He does not care. That man don't care. So how as a crew member, somebody who finally gets to be department head of a Tyler Perry movie, make it in this industry? Because this man don't seem to care about detail. I don't know, child. I just don't know. Hey, Christina, I don't know. He never touched the scrambled eggs. Did he not? Who, Ania, did he? Did he touch the scrambled eggs? No, he didn't. Tyler Perry said, don't you eat them damn scrambled eggs. Those damn scrambled eggs cost me $1.50. You will make sure that those eggs are here for me when I'm done. Child, that movie. Oh, but I digress. But it is a good movie. He needs some fresh ideas. He's content. He's content. Sorry, I was thinking content. He is content with where his growth, have come to, but he is too conceited. He is too conceited to understand that he needs a team, yes, that is willing to challenge his growth. So basically, when I wrote what I wrote on his page, so me, big mouth, stupid ass black woman. So me, I wrote what I wrote on the page, and I sat back and I said, oh Lord, DeShawn, you don't open your goddamn mouth. Now they're gonna come get you. All the Tyler Perry people are gonna come and they're gonna rip your asshole. And I was just like, okay, well, you open your mouth, that's what you get. And I was like, oh. So like a day or two went, and I said, oh, nobody's ripped me an asshole. Well, this is fantastic. And then someone said, why don't you go back and see where your thing is? Because, I think it's odd that nobody said anything to me. He deleted it. That's when I was like, oh, he only wants praise on his page. He doesn't want negativity. He only wants praise, which is, if that, listen, you run your thing the way you want. But I said, oh, you took it down. Oh, no. Well, number one, thank you, because I'm pretty sure that if it stayed up, I would have been besieged with Tyler Perry fans. But at the same time, I was like, wow, you really don't want negative review of any kind. You don't want any kind of, and I wasn't rude. I swear, I promise you people, I was not rude. I just was like, how is somebody, I'm a makeup artist. So how is somebody supposed to use that to get a better job? It's like, he's always talking about giving opportunity. I give opportunity. That's fantastic, but at the same time, how am I supposed to get a job when the reel is that bad? How am I supposed to do that? How am I supposed to do that when you won't even allow reshoots? He didn't even allow what seemed to be a reshoot. It felt like first takes. I don't know. I just, it's film is a very funny thing, people. You got to be on top of your shite. You just got to be on top of it. And when you work for somebody like that, I guess the lesson for all of us here is, if you a Tyler Perry-esque type person, is you got to be on top. You got to have a game, and you got to have balls. You have to have balls to tell that man, this wig is not working. That's what needed to be done. You needed to figure out a way to tell him, this wig is not working. I can't use this wig. Can we just use his hair? Can we just use his bald head? Can we, the wig is not working. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes every now and then we have to speak up for ourselves. It has happened to me several times where I go, oh shit, I know they want me to do it this way. They want me to do that way. What choice do I have? And then I'll turn around and say, I can't use this. This is not working. And then most times I say, it's all right, Sean, no big deal. After I'm gonna sweat it for like an hour trying to find a way to say I can't do this, it's no big deal. I'm like, damn, well, why y'all make it sound like it's such a big deal? So, Tyler Perry is like a lesson. It's a learning lesson for us all. You really have to know the animal, the devil that you're working with. And this man, when you work with somebody who doesn't care about detail, then you know that you got to step up your game 120%. You know that, because he doesn't care. He doesn't care. And quite frankly, I'm all about us. What I'm saying is, like, I'm all about team. I'm all about the team. But at the end of the day, when you're working so hard on a movie, 5 days, 10 days, 100 days, it's still about you and you getting what you need. So that means that you got to step up your game. That's what it means. It means you really got to step up your game, because that was just a mess. And I'm telling you, they're going to have a hard time finding clips to use for their reel. They're probably going to have a hard time doing that. And it's going to be hard to even choose. It's going to be even hard to use something from this movie, because everybody has been talking about how bad the aesthetics is. So it's going to be very difficult to put this on your reel. There are going to be things that you and I will do throughout our whole career, and no one will ever see the light of day. No one will ever see that, because it was bad. The lighting was bad. The model was bad. Or sometimes the makeup could have been bad. Sometimes you're not on your A game. Sometimes I'm not on my A game. Sometimes it's like, damn, did I really do that? God damn, that looks bad. And you cannot show it to anybody. There are times that you cannot use everything that you do. This might be a time that they can't use everything that they do. It's just, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. It pains me to see that, because I think the whole crew deserves better. I think the whole crew deserves better. And CR, you got it right. He needs some fresh ideas. He needs something. But this movie was good. This movie actually was very good. I'm saddened that the aesthetics of it kind of took people out of it. Because with bad aesthetics, you lose your train of thought. You lose the moment. We used to have after 9/11. She's like, where did 9/11 come from? But I'm going to explain and come back. So after 9/11, especially here in New York City, we were all depressed. That's all I can tell you. It was a very different time here in New York City after 9/11. And I wanted to do something, and I was in a makeup artist at this point. And I wanted to do something that was going to cheer us all up. I found this old movie. I watched it on late night television one night and it was so god awful. Now, worse than Tyler Perry, it was so god awful. It was called The Messenger, starring Fred the Hammer Williamson. When I tell you how god awful this is, I mean, everything that could be wrong with the movie was wrong. Like scenes where the man is like at the foot of the steps and then all of a sudden he's he's mysteriously at the top of the steps, or the car goes by and then you see the crew and the boom in the car. Oh, there was so many things wrong with this movie. So I decided to have a party called Bad Movie Night. And so I called my friends up and they all came over and we all sat down and watched this movie, this Fred Williamson movie. And the prize at the end of the night was, if you guys can write down how many things went wrong with this movie, you get a prize. And there was like, I'm telling you, there's like 50 things wrong with this movie. 50. Horrible movie, but it was so bad, it was good because it was so bad, it was funny, it was comical. It wasn't supposed to be, it was supposed to be serious. Child, we were laughing our asses off. This is the kind of movie, the Tyler Perry movies, the kind of movie that now will be added to my Bad Movie Night party. So I can say, can y'all pick out all the wrong things in this movie? There were things that I didn't even see that other people saw that were bad. Oh, people. What lip product do you have on? Child. It is I normally don't even have it out here. This is Inglot. Thank you very much. It's Inglot and it's, I believe it should be the number 60, right? Number 60. I don't know how you YouTubers do this stuff. I don't know. Number 60. And it's pretty. It's like a neutrally pinky. Yeah, that's the right color. So it's like a pinky kind of color. I love this stuff. Thank you for asking a makeup question. I appreciate that. Because she can lose her mind, okay, off of the continuity issues and everything. I can go crazy. I can. But I digress. Yes, I love Inglot products, by the way. So let's get off of Tyler Perry because I'm going to get hot and agitated. I love Inglot. I have a lot of Inglot. So, full disclosure, girl, I have a lot of Inglot because Inglot a couple of years ago sponsored a big event that I had. And they were also so lovely towards me, which you're sponsoring. I'm the one who should be sending you a gift. So they sent me a crap load of Inglot makeup. So I have Inglot eyeshadows, tons of lip stuff. I have a lot of Inglot. So whenever I can, I'll be wearing the Inglot. Velda, honestly, I really mean that. I enjoyed the movie, but like I said, as a person who works in the industry, you get even more distracted by things that are off. I got distracted by the lighting. He has an issue with lighting. Like, so the husband and wife are laying in the bed, just talking. And I'm like, why is it so bright? That's the first thing I noticed was, why is it so bright in here? And then Tyler loves to pan. He pans every freaking movie. He's a panner. So he panned, but the window is closed and the blind is down. So then why is it so bright in here? Oh, forget it. I can't. When I tell you this is going to be added to my Bad Movie Night, it is. Thank you, Inside Out, for loving that lip. Yeah, it's pretty. It's really, I love this. This is like a quick lip. He has to work out some things. Yes, he does, darling. He really does. He's a little, I thought I was a control freak. Shit. I'm not even, I thought I was I'm bad, but whoo. How do you like Inglot? Oh, Maria, I love Inglot eyeshadows. I think they're gorgeous. I know people just came out, Makeup Geek, right? She just came out with a line of new eyeshadows. I don't like the shades, my personal opinion. I don't particularly care for those shades. They're kind of oddly muddy looking. Maybe they look better in person. They look beautifully like matte and creamy in a weird way, but I'm not really feeling the colors. But I love Inglot eyeshadows. Most of everything that is on my videos that I've shot for this channel, probably all Inglot in terms of colors and stuff. That's probably all the Inglot, like the lips, maybe not the lips. I tell you when, yeah, I have a lot of Inglot is all I can say. And I believe a lot of that stuff that I wore back in filming those videos for a couple of years was all Inglot. With the exception of base. I don't use their base, or excuse me, foundation. I don't use their foundation. But I use everything else with the, let me see, what I say that. Everything else with the exception of eyelashes. I like my Urban Decay Perversion. You would have to pry that out of my dead cold hands. Graftopian, obviously, makeup in terms of foundation. I think, yeah, I think I used everything else. Maybe not blush. I don't know, child. But I have a lot of Inglot. In fact, I just put it away. I think Inglot is beautiful, and they give pro discount. So I want you guys to keep that in mind. It's not as expensive as some other lines, and it really does go on, and it's beautiful. I use Inglot a lot for several, fashion editorial things. Beautiful, beautiful. I like Inglot a lot. And Inglot goes, you know how I am with you got to go black or I'm not using you. Inglot has amazing foundation colors for black people in general, people of color in general. They have amazing shade range. So in different formulations. That's the other thing. They're very like MAC, so they have lots of different formulations and shades and all that stuff. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful line. It needs more love. I think Inglot needs a lot more love than what it gets. It deserves a lot more love than what it gets. Any more questions? I will be back on Sunday. I promise I'll be back on Sunday. With just like I said, tonight was supposed to be Michael Key's night. But it just couldn't happen. Inglot, I know they have a store here, and I know they have a store. I believe they still have their store in like Florida, because I went there. I think if you just type in Inglot USA, I think all of their locations should pop up. They had another location here in Chelsea at one point, and then they had like it was really nice. I'm sorry that it went. They had like a really beautiful store where they gave classes. I gave a class there. Yeah, did I give a class there? One or two classes. They asked me to teach, so I went there to teach. Yeah, I really liked it, but I believe they lost that space. It was in the same location where they film the Food Network, which is in New York, Chelsea Studios, which is in New York. So now I know they're in Times Square. So yeah, check it out. Check out. Do you have a topic for Sunday as of yet, so we can think of questions to ask? No. Sorry, CR. No. Why don't here in the last few minutes, why don't you guys give me topics that we can discuss, and then I can pick one. I can pick one because I really would like to know what it is that you guys would like to know, quite frankly. Remember, normally this is a station more of business than beauty, but I really would like to know what the hell you want to know, because a lot of times I talk about the topics of the day. I don't really talk about. Listen, my paper and my pen is here. I want to know what you want to know. It's important to me. I mean, as you could tell, I can rant like a mad woman, but I'd rather not rant. I'd rather sit down and kind of give you the information that you're seeking. So if you guys have ideas, then you should let me know what they are. Whether you let me know here, you let me know on perhaps the community board. Maybe I can come up with some ideas when I get off this joint and pass them by you. I have a lot of stuff, but I've been trying to get ready to shoot for you guys. I've shot some B-roll for you guys for my new channel. It's not a new channel, for this channel. So I've been shooting, but it's a lot of stuff. I got some brush stuff coming up for you. I got my closet coming up for you. It's just a matter of putting it all together. I have to edit it. I have not had a chance to edit as of yet. So that's another thing that's taken a minute. I brought a new computer to edit for you people. I brought a new camera to talk to you people. I got a mic to talk to you people. I am investing in you people. But you people got to tell me what lipstick versus lip a gloss. Which one do I like? See, oh, the reason why I really like this is because this is like a what is this called? Let me see. Yeah. So this is called a lip paint. So it's a hybrid. It's like lip glossy and then lip it's like yeah, it's like a thick thick lip gloss. So it's almost like, you take a little if you take lipstick and you mix it with a clear lip gloss, you get this. So you get a little sheen. I mean, it was more before, but now I'm talking my goddamn lips off. Uh, but I'm not really into lip glosses like I used to be. I used to be big into lip glosses. I'm really done. I'm done with lip gloss. I'm not. It's just not my thing. And anytime I need a shine, then you can add just a little bit of lip gloss, or you could add like rosebud salve, or you can add so many things to get a shine. And it depends on the shine that you want and the feel, the texture, blah blah blah. So yeah, yeah, the shine in your lips looks hydrating, yeah, and healthy, yeah, yeah, yeah. It's just pretty. It's just a nice. It's like a little weird little in the middle thing, and it's in a pot, and I love this little freaking pot. And a little bit of this stuff goes along. I've had this for years. A little bit of this stuff goes a long way. I love this, and I'm very fortunate that they sent me like it was really sweet. It was really sweet of them. They sent me like two of everything. So one is in my kit and one is for me. So I'm overloaded in Inglot. I have a lot of Inglot. Yeah, this is a lip paint. But you too can do a lip paint, as I discussed in condensing the condensing my kit video. You can just take a lipstick, and you take more of a lipstick, the lipstick color, and you put it on a palette, and then you squeeze just a tiny bit of lip gloss in it, clear, and you just mix it together, and you will get a paint. You will get a lip paint, and you will also get whatever type of lip gloss you need. That's why I don't carry around 20,000 lip glosses. I always tend to carry around one, which is a clear. And then I just mix what I need. CR said, like, share, comment, and subscribe. I don't know what that means. Make sure that you turn on the notifications, but I think in order to turn on the notifications, you have to be subscribed to this channel. So please subscribe to this channel. If anything I've ever said on this channel has helped you, has given you a T and a he and a he, give a girl a thumbs up, okay? And make sure to subscribe. There we go. That's the spiel today, people. So if you guys have no topics for me, if you have no questions for me, we can blow this popsicle stand because yeah, we can talk more Sunday. This was just one of these. It wasn't supposed to be just me. It was supposed to be me and Michael. Oh, and if there are people that you want to see, you know what I'll do? I'll put it up on the community board. I'll ask you a question on the community board, and y'all just list what it is that you want for me to talk about live. It's just easier. Hi, Camille. I didn't see you before. You're welcome, my darling. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna get off this thing, and I will see you guys on Sunday. This was just a detour. Yeah, I'll see you guys on Sunday, and I will post what it is. Oh, maybe a topic could be specifically about a New York makeup artist. Can I ask Inside Out specifically? What about being a New York City makeup artist? Because that's very broad. We could do theater, film, television, fashion. So I need to know that. I wish potted glosses were more available. I love using the throwback. And really, I mean, Inglot has potted glosses. I do believe, I could be wrong. I'm not really a big MAC girl, but I do believe that MAC might have a potted lip gloss. I could have sworn. I think Makeup Forever has a potted lip gloss as well. Might want to check it out. I'm trying to think of the other. Because you said potted as opposed to in the thing. Yeah, I tend to like the pot myself, to be honest. There's something about the pot that it makes me happy, the pot. Yeah, but those three I know for a fact. And like I just said, Inglot has beautiful ones. And you will never be upset about these. You are so welcome, Miss Ania. I will see you guys on Sunday. And Inside Out, please, when I put up the question on the community board, just tell me what kind of artists are you talking about? Artists, I'm writing this down. Artist, Inside Out, New York City. All right. So, beautiful people, thank you. I enjoy you guys. Thank you so much for chilling out with a Black girl tonight. Again, Michael Key will definitely be here Wednesday, whether you see the man's face or not. It's going down, okay? And I will see you guys on Wednesday at 7. All right. And don't forget to check the community board. And don't forget to look up Vanessa Evelyn. Okay, she's done. Good night, beautiful people. I'm clicking off now. Good night.